Why you'll never escape. Debt. The alarm clock glows red in the dark, but he's not asleep. He's at the kitchen table, eyes bloodshot, papers scattered everywhere. Bills. Statements. Overdue notices. A calculator lies face down, as if even the machine refuses to face the truth. His chest feels heavy, like a weight pressing into him. He adds the numbers again, hoping for a miracle. The total doesn't change. It never does. He tells himself the same lie millions of men whisper in the dark. If I just get that raise, if I just land that one deal, if I just have a little more luck, it'll even out. But it won't. The brutal truth? The raise won't save you. The bonus won't save you. The lottery won't save you. Because debt is gravity. Once you're caught in its orbit, you don't drift free. You spiral downward, closer and closer, until you burn out completely. This is where most men live their lives. Chained to interest, shackled to minimum payments, suffocating in silence. Debt is the silent executioner of men's futures. The rupture of debt, he remembers the first late payment. Just one. I'll catch up next month, he told himself. But the next month came with another bill, and another, and another. One card turned into two, then three. The phone calls started, then the emails, then the letters stamped in red. Debt is merciless. It doesn't wait for you to catch your breath. It compounds. It grows. It feeds on hesitation. Interest rates at 20%, penalties stacking higher. You don't pay? It doesn't care. The balance balloons, the hole deepens, and the shame grows heavier. This is inevitability, not opinion. The math is simple. Spending beyond income plus compounding interest, lifetime slavery. Scrolls pretend this isn't true. They hide from it. They laugh it off. But inevitability doesn't care about laughter. The math always wins. The scroll. Life picture, the scroll. He works a job he hates but spends money he doesn't have to look successful. He drives a car with payments bigger than his rent. He swipes the card for drinks, for trips, for nights out he can't afford. He posts pictures online of a life he doesn't own. But debt knows the truth. The repo man eventually takes the car. The collectors freeze his account. The mask falls away. And when it does, the scroll has nothing left. No assets, no savings, no freedom, just chains. Scrolls don't plan. They don't cut. They don't build. They rot. The Centurion response. Now look at the Centurion. He feels the same weight, the same shame, the same chains, but he doesn't stay there. He acts. He strips life down to bone. No cable. No Netflix. No nights out, no takeout. Every unnecessary dollar dies instantly. Scrolls call it sacrifice. Centurions call it survival. He doesn't wait for a raise. He doesn't wait for a break. He works. A second job, a side hustle, flipping items online, delivering groceries at midnight. He refuses to let pride stand in the way of freedom. Centurions engineer escape because they know the math. Debt as gravity. Debt works like orbit. At first it feels light, like a planet circling far away. But every missed payment, every dollar spent on credit, pulls you closer. The gravity increases. The orbit tightens. Left alone, you will crash. It is inevitable. To break orbit, you need thrust. That thrust is discipline. That thrust is cutting lifestyle. That thrust is adding income. Without thrust, the pull is certain. NASA engineers know you don't break orbit with hope. You break it with precise calculation and raw fuel. Men must do the same. The debt snowball ritual, here's how Centurions do it. The ritual begins with a notebook, a pen, and brutal honesty. Step 1. Write down every debt from smallest to largest. Step 2. Pay the minimums on all but the smallest. Step 3. Attack that smallest debt with everything you've got. Nights, weekends, side hustle money, throw it all at it. Step 4. When it's gone, take that payment and roll it into the next debt. This is the snowball. At first it moves slow. Scrolls laugh. That'll take years. They're right. It does. But what else are you doing? Drinking? Scrolling? Wasting? The years will pass either way. Better to pass them building freedom than rotting in chains. Momentum builds. Each victory gives strength. Each chain broken fuels the next strike. The scroll bleeds out. The Centurion fights forward. Discipline. Picture him. Walking past restaurants with friends inside, but heading home to rice and beans. Working a second job while others sleep. Selling the TV, the watch, the gadgets, because freedom matters more than appearances. It looks pathetic to the scroll, but it is power to the Centurion. Every dollar saved is a soldier. Every payment is a battle won. And every sacrifice is a step closer to freedom. The turning point one night, he logs into his account and sees it. Balance zero. Just one card, a small one, but gone. The feeling is electric. A chain shatters. The scroll shrugs. It's nothing. The Centurion knows it's everything. That first victory proves the system works. That momentum fuels the war. Debt snowballs in both directions. Scrolls let it spiral against them until they suffocate. Centurions force it to spiral for them, crushing debt one by one until nothing remains. The transformation months pass. The car is older. The clothes simpler. The apartment smaller. But the man is freer. The chains are lighter. His mind is sharper. He can breathe again. He can think. He can plan. Freedom isn't about wealth. It's about control. And debt is the enemy of control. The scroll dies in chains. The Centurion lives with scars, but also with freedom. The Brotherhood closed. This is your choice. Right now. No excuses. Scrolls rot, chained to interest, pretending they're fine until it's too late. Centurions face the numbers, wield the blade, and rebuild. You want to escape debt? Stop waiting. Stop lying. Start cutting. Start working. Start fighting. The math is brutal, but the math is fair. Scrolls sink. Centurions rise. Join OLP 365 or keep pretending silence is strength until it leaves you with nothing. In this relentless battle against the chains of debt, every small victory matters. The Centurion leans back from the table, electrified by the notion that he is not just surviving, he is actively changing his life. The sheer weight of past financial burdens is now countered with a new resolve. He opens a fresh notebook, inspired, and writes at the top, Mission, Freedom. Each word feels heavy, yet liberating, as he commits to drafting an unwavering plan. This is no longer just about numbers. It's about reclaiming his identity, dignity, and future. It's the beginning of his uprising. The Centurion knows that every battle demands strategy, so he meticulously documents not only his debts, but also his expenses. Each line charts a path out of the darkness. He categorizes needs versus wants, recognizing the importance of a focused and disciplined approach. Amidst the chaos, clarity emerges. Daily coffee runs are replaced by brewing at home, and impulse buys are traded for mindful spending. He feels a shift, a sense of empowerment, as he realizes that he is the architect of his escape, ready to dismantle the suffocating fortress of financial obligation and steadily rise above it all. As momentum builds, he begins to invite others into his circle of resolve. Friends who once celebrated reckless spending now feel the urgency in his voice when he shares his plan. We have to reclaim our time and our lives, he tells them, igniting a spark of interest. They gather, sharing tips and strategies, transforming casual conversation into a powerful alliance against debt. No longer alone in the struggle, he realizes that unity amplifies strength. Together they commit to living below their means, each small sacrifice serving as a badge of honor. This brotherhood becomes essential, offering support and accountability while reinforcing their shared goal, a life unchained. The light of dawn breaks through the kitchen window, casting a warm glow over the Centurion's collection of notes. He feels a renewed energy as he reviews his plan, mentally rehearsing each step he must take to escape this debt-laden prison. With every detail meticulously laid out, he envisions the life he yearns for. A life not defined by monthly payments or debt collectors, but by freedom and possibility. He smiles at the thought of traveling to places he once dreamed of, investing in passions he's long abandoned, and embracing a future filled with choices rather than constraints. The journey ahead is steep, but today, he steps forward deliberately, resolute in his mission and unwavering in his commitment to transform his life. The weight of his past is still present, but it now fuels his fire. As he leaves the table, the notebook tucked confidently under his arm, the Centurion knows he's not just fighting back against debt. He's fiercely battling for a life he truly deserves. He steps out of his front door, notebook in hand, each page a testament to his resolve. The world buzzes around him, but he moves with purpose, focused on his path. The morning air fills his lungs, invigorating him, shimmering with potential. As he walks, he notices the small things, the sun rising, the laughter of children, the everyday beauty that once felt overshadowed by his burdens. It strikes him, liberation is not just the absence of debt, but the presence of life without fear. Each footfall echoes his determination, a rhythmic reminder that he is reclaiming not just his finances, but his joy, reaffirming that true wealth lies in the freedom to choose how to live. Through this journey, each step transforms his mindset, breaking the chains of negativity and igniting a vision for a brighter future. He arrives at the community center where the financial workshop is being held, his heart racing with anticipation. This isn't just another seminar, it's an opportunity to gather knowledge and tools that will further arm him in his quest for financial freedom. As he enters, he scans the room filled with faces that mirror his own struggles, each person carrying the weight of their own burdens and dreams. The air hums with a shared sense of purpose. They are all here for the same reason, to break free from the chains that have held them captive for too long. He finds a seat near the front, eager to absorb every word, every piece of advice that could unlock the door to a debt-free life. The facilitator steps up, a seasoned warrior against debt, and with a confident smile begins to share stories of transformation, igniting hope in the hearts of those who thought escape was impossible. Ideas spark, strategies unfold, and as he takes notes, a fire ignites within him, a belief that he is not alone and that freedom is not just a dream. It's a plan waiting to be executed. As the facilitator paces across the stage, he shares powerful stories of men and women who, like the Centurion, made the decision to turn their lives around. Each tale resonates deeply, sparking a recognition in him of the universal struggles and triumphs they've endured. The first step is admitting where you are, the facilitator says, his voice steady and reassuring. The Centurion thinks back to his own admissions, the moments of vulnerability that have fueled his transformation. Every shared regret and victory in the room builds a profound camaraderie, creating a collective heartbeat of hope and resilience. He scribbles notes furiously, capturing insights that feel like lifelines, each bullet point a potential roadmap out of darkness. Plan after plan, tip after tip, the Centurion's resolve strengthens, reinforcing his commitment to claw his way back to life, step by steadfast step. The thrill of tangible change electrifies his mind. The workshop reaches a crescendo as the facilitator introduces the concept of community accountability. The Centurion leans in, fascinated, absorbing how sharing struggles can enhance resolve. Find a partner, the facilitator advises, someone who understands your journey, who will hold you accountable. Share your goals and celebrate every victory together. The words resonate deeply. He feels the power of connection surging within him. The thought of having someone alongside him, facing the daily grind and navigating the treacherous waters of debt, strengthens his commitment. He glances around, eyeing potential allies among the participants, sensing that together they can forge an unbreakable bond against their common enemy. This moment crystallizes his belief: no one has to fight this battle alone, and the shared journey towards freedom is where true strength lies. In the weeks that follow, the Centurion actively seeks out his accountability partner, a woman named Lisa, who shares a similar thirst for freedom. They meet regularly, trading stories of struggles and triumphs, each session infusing them with renewed energy. With each revelation, they lift each other, transforming their conversations into strategic planning sessions focused on cutting expenses and increasing income. Lisa introduces him to budgeting apps that help visualize their progress, turning abstract goals into tangible achievements. Each week, they celebrate small victories, like staving off impulse buys or sticking to meal plans. The boundaries once set by debt begin to dissolve, replaced by a sense of joy and control. Together, they fulfill the promise of the community accountability discussed in their workshop, unearthing the power held in solidarity. As they share their plans for the future, a tapestry of possibilities unfolds, interwoven with dreams they previously thought were out of reach. Hope flourishes in this alliance, transforming mundane discussions into a powerful exchange of motivation. Each moment they spend together reinforces their long-term commitment, reminding them that their journey is not a solo expedition, but a collective fight against the burdensome chains of debt. With each passing week, the Centurion and Lisa deepen their understanding of financial literacy, tackling budgeting woes and uncovering hidden expenses. Together, they celebrate moments of clarity, recognizing how unnecessary subscriptions and impulse buys drain their resources, lightening the weight on their shoulders. We're not just cutting costs, we're gaining clarity, the Centurion says, filled with newfound wisdom. The resistance from their pasts fades, revealing a path forward paved with intention, where every decision aligns with their mission, freedom. As the Centurion and Lisa continue their journey, they realize that knowledge alone isn't enough without action. They create a joint spreadsheet, meticulously tracking each expense, each payment made, feeling a sense of power in reclaiming control. Together, they embody the spirit of the Centurion, rising above the chains that once held them captive. With every passing month, they inch closer to their goals, not just as individuals, but as partners in the pursuit of true financial freedom.